that story, Alex. But
Oh, okay. I didn't mean to
get the
expose
soap
you.
out of my hair,
Oh,
and it just took a little while.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't hit the snooze. It's a wonder I'm even awake. But I was wide awake at 5, and then went back to sleep, and my alarm went off like normal, and I just shut it off and went back to sleep.
What's the worst that can happen?
You guys are here by yourself,
That would be bad.
or calling me. Alex said he would call.
yeah, I'll call you.
So here's what gets me up in the morning is that I'll wake up, kind of barely open my eyes, and we have a cat, and the cat likes to sit on my nightstand right next to me and stare at us while we're sleeping, apparently, preparing to eat us or something.
I've
I'm not
always
sure.
thought cats were evil.
So I wake up, I open my eyes, and there's a cat right there. Like every morning, it's always startling, and I always know it's going to be there, but it's always startling.
Somehow, some way, when I woke up, I thought, geez, Matt's been up for an hour already.
Yeah, well, I get up too early, but
You go to bed like at, 5:30?
about 9:30.
Oh,
Get up at 4:30.
that's my problem. I know it's 11,
Yeah.
between 11 and midnight before I get sleep.
Well, there are days where I'm sitting on the couch and it's like 8:30 and I'm falling asleep. Like I have to stay awake at least until 9. I'm not that old. I fight to stay awake until 9 o'clock. So
I want to make sure and thank our sponsors, KCTC. We want to thank Casey over at KCTC.
Thank you, Casey.
Thank
you,
you. And they're sponsoring they're really powering the whole dang show. But what really is keeping us going is Hy-Vee. All of our local Hy-Vee stores in Fairfield, Mount Pleasant, and Washington. Salute.
Yeah.
Okay. What else? John, what do you know? You got any stories you want to tell this morning?
Well, besides some of the strange but true ones, just had just catching up with you guys yesterday. Enjoyed the show.
Good.
Seeing everybody.
Did you watch it?
Of course. I feel like I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't. If I was like, oh yeah, so I was the show yesterday, the show that I want to be on, but I'm not going to watch myself.
We were
No.
talking about it before we went on air. So.
Yeah, no. It was a good time. Apparently, I'm like, man, I was like, I need to get a little more edgy. I don't have blue hair.
Yeah,
I don't
you gotta
have.
get the
I'm
blue
like,
hair.
I need to get with the program. I'm like,
the blue hair.
what's going on? No, but enjoyed refereeing down in Ottumwa last night with Steve Klein and some of the guys down there.
Some boys basketball?
Boys basketball. Yep, down there with Ottumwa and Mount Pleasant. So a lot of good action there. But
Tell me, good Lord, did Mount Pleasant win or lose?
So last night, Mount Pleasant won.
Oh, very good.
The boys varsity game, the JV game, Ottumwa eked it out at the very end. So.
All right, Mike. I hope you're tuned in, Mike, and listen to that. You did pull one off last night. Very good.
Yeah, they did a nice job. But no, we've got some strange but probably true stories this morning. So the first one we have here, it's entitled "What's in a Name?" or a word in this case. Wayne State University in Michigan has announced its 15th annual list of 10 long-lost words that should be resurrected. The United Press International reported on January 10th the Word Warriors program, whatever that is, I'll have to look that up, has identified these several words. So the first one is blatherskite, which means nonsense. Fun fact, I actually heard the word blatherskite years ago on a Rocky and Bullwinkle show, like the cartoon. Like,
You are kidding me.
No, this is like a long time ago. Like Boris and Natasha, like Boris said blatherskite in an episode. I remembered this.
And you remember it?
I remember this. It sticks out in my brain. Like when I read that this morning when I walked in, I was like, okay, what in the world?
That's
So anyway,
unbelievable.
Yeah, no.
so blatherskite, which means nonsense. Kurgloff, which is the shock felt upon diving into cold water.
Yeah, that's not the word I use when I dive in.
You know, now, yeah.
I have a different word for that.
Just dive in the water. Kurgloff. Like,
Yeah, no, different word altogether
Doesn't-
when I do that.
And then probably what people think of us here on this show, raw gabbit, a person who speaks confidently but ignorantly. Just leave that right there for a second.
Hey, wait a minute. Alex isn't saying very much today.
Alex, you want to weigh in on that? Have you heard of blatherskite?
I have not.
Have you heard of Rocky and Bullwinkle?
None of them.
None of
Oh,
them.
okay,
No.
that's
Well, that's
yeah.
an old one.
Yeah.
Is it? You
no.
can't even still watch it, can you?
Yeah, well, probably on YouTube somewhere, but
It was never my favorite cartoon.
no, but it was always on.
It was on. It was like a Sunday morning thing, wasn't it? Anyway.
Hey, and like the Canadian Mounties and like everything else. That's why the other day when you told me you're like, oh, you're so young. I'm like, I'm older than you think I am. I'm like, I'm
old enough to watch Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Absolutely,
So-
100%. Okay, and then a couple other words here. The word it's spelled Pawky. So pawky is it having a cynical sense of humor? I got a couple of friends that fit that description perfectly. So it's, very interesting. Bringing back different kind of words. So I don't know. You ever hear someone use a word and you're like, man, I'm going to use that like for the day.
I have not done that, but I think I might start now if this is going to be a continuing series of like words that should be brought back.
Well, so the last sentence in this little thing says, let's get together and twinkle during our coffee clatch. Coffee clatch? Oh, coffee clatch.
Yeah, I don't know. They didn't have any definitions for those, so I was steering away.
You were scared of them.
I was like, I don't know I'm not sure where we're going with this. So,
right.
Okay, speaking of going somewhere, a guy named Joao Pimenta da Silva, 71, he lives in Brazil, repeatedly dreamed that gold lay deep under his home, the New York Post reported. So to that end, over a year ago, he began digging a hole in his kitchen floor that ended up being 130 feet deep and about 35 inches in diameter. How do you even get down that far? I mean,
First 8 feet of your basement.
I mean, that's true. But then let's go to the next, 122 feet, I guess. But, But on January 4th.
He had some time on his hands.
Well, he did, because on January 4th, his dreams died when he lost his balance and he plunged to his death in the bottom of the hole.
It wasn't a small hole.
No, not at all. His neighbor tried to discourage the project, but Pimenta was convinced that his dream would come true, and in the fall, he suffered head injuries and broken bones. So don't go digging for gold in your kitchen, I guess, is the moral of the story.
So wait a minute, did he die down there? Or
Yes.
Did they get okay?
Yes.
Fell to his death.
Apparently finding no gold either.
So nobody even knew he was there. His neighbor kind of knew he was digging it.
Yeah, I mean, his neighbor probably came over, I'm assuming, to check on the progress and was...
Well, maybe his neighbor was helping him haul dirt away.
His neighbor's like, if you find gold, I'm going to be here. You dig the hole, I'll help you get it out of there.
At least he was smart enough to dig it in, a 36-inch diameter hole.
Yeah, maybe about 3 feet across.
Yeah,
So
well, that's
he
enough
was-
for guy to get down and get a bucket out.
I mean, about 130, that's a long ways.
It doesn't say how long it took him to do this, does it?
No, it does not.
It does not.
I mean, he didn't do it on a weekend.
No. I mean, unless I don't know. I'm not sure. Well, another one here. Here's one I found interesting. Any guys, you like to fish? Anybody here like to fish at all?
I can think of 5,000 other things I'd rather do.
Okay.
Truly.
So,
I agree.
I used to fish a lot. I haven't fished in a while. But I used
Gotcha.
to love it.
yeah. So we got two schools of thought here, right? So you enjoy it. It's peaceful, relaxing. Again, I have some good buddies that.
And also boring.
Yeah. Depending on what you're fishing for. Or depending on if you're trying to clear your mind, or depending, again, I go back, I'm going to reference cigars every show. Like, this is going to be a thing for Tim and I, because we both like cigars. But just sitting down on the dock and enjoying this. Well, if you're of Tim's school of thought, I should say, and you just want to get it done really quick, here's one for you. Authorities are still searching, or still fishing in this case, for a man, see what we did there, who entered a Bass Pro Shop in Fort Myers, Florida on December 20th and just took a net and dipped it into the indoor fish pond, capturing a 50-pound tarpon. USA Today reported that the suspect left the store with the dripping catch, and despite a cash reward and all social media posts, the Lee County Sheriff's Department has not been able to identify or find him. So he's like, forget this. I'm not taking time to go to the lake. I'm just going to walk in with my net in Bass Pro Shop and just scoop the sucker out of here.
It's there for the taking. Does it say no fishing at the Bass Pro Shop?
He just walked out.
I think it's implied, Tim. I want to say it's implied, but, maybe.
They say, the coffee's hot too, and, be careful of scalding. So I don't know. I think that in today's world, it's if I want it, the Walgreens out on the West Coast are closing in like gangbusters because people are just not dining and dashing, just grabbing and going.
Well,
Well,
I was just going to go ahead. Sorry.
just grabbing fish is unusual, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, but if you're hungry and tarpon,
so if
50
you
pounds, that's a week.
but there's a progression here, Tim, because some people might just be going into Bass Pro Shop and dipping into the pool with their net. This next person is a little bit different, so it
Okay.
must be a thing about Bass Pros that shop today. So authorities were called to Leeds, Alabama. I'm just going to believe that right there. Leeds, Alabama. Let's let that marinate it. And
My mom
remember
asked
that.
me yesterday why we were picking on Florida, by the way. She's in Florida for the winter. so.
yeah.
So
Good stuff down in Florida.
here we go. So Bass Pro Shop, Leeds, Alabama on January 4th of this year, after 42-year-old George Owens drove a car into a pole in a parking lot. Then he exited the car, stripped off all of his clothes, ran inside where he did a cannonball into the aquarium. AL.com reported Owens yelled at 2 police officers and climbed over the edge of the aquarium where he fell to a concrete floor and knocked himself off. Charged with public lewdness amongst other offenses. I can't even imagine. Like, I'm in there. I mean, I'm searching for a new rod and reel. Maybe some ammunition for hunting or whatever it is. And all of a sudden, here comes some quack job running through naked, diving into the aquarium, and then gets up out of there, yells at a couple officers, and then dives off the side and knocks himself out.
The mind is a wonderful thing.
Is that considered an artificial lure, or is that a natural lure?
Oh, wow. It's considered don't do drugs, kids.
Don't do drugs.
Meth is a powerful drug, I think, is what this should tell us. So
That's a great story. That tops Iowa City stories, doesn't it, Alex?
It does. It does. I've seen on like TikTok and like Twitter of people jumping in the Bass Pro Shop.
Really?
Yeah.
Naked?
So it's a thing.
No, not naked.
And they fall out and knock themselves out on the concrete floor?
I have not seen that. No. Is it?
Dig deeper.
I've
Alex.
seen people in like swimsuits do it and then quickly leave.
Well,
very
Yeah.
quickly.
that was
So it's
a
like-
Don't want to get arrested.
Okay.
Yeah, don't
All right. Well, this guy deserved it, apparently. Hey, let's take a quick little break here, Alex, should we?
Yeah, let's do
And
it.
then we'll come back and we'll learn who an a-hole might be.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank.
I am Melissa Westfall with Homegirl Realty. Heather and Charlotte and I have worked together for many years, and we have always had a vision to have a business together.
I'm Charlotte Howard, and the good news is we bring a very high level of experience. We have a combined 80 plus years of experience in this real estate marketplace.
I'm Heather Merrick, and Homegirl Realty brings a lot of things to the table. We have phenomenal communication with our clients, buyers, and sellers to make sure things are going smoothly and you don't have anything to worry about.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics, providing quality health care that puts you first. Whether during a hospital stay, seeing a primary care provider for wellness exams or sick visits, minor surgery to a total joint replacement, or recovering from an injury, we're here when you need us.
More than you expect for your health care. Washington County Hospital and Clinics.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
At 5 Star Community Credit Union, we want to help you lead a better life. We offer competitive rates and convenient appointment times for all kinds of loans: auto, recreational vehicles, home equity, line of credit, holiday, and personal loans. We make it easy to build your credit and enjoy the good things in life.
We invite you to join 5 Star Community Credit Union. We are community-minded and member-focused. Come visit our locations in West Burlington and Mount Pleasant or online at 5starcu.org. Federally insured through the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Morning and welcome back to Morning Breath. I am your host, Tim Elliott. We are powered by KCTC. Thanks very much, Casey.
Thank you, Casey.
KCTC. And to keep the Morning Breath crew going, thank you to Hy-Vee for
Hy-Vee Fast
the
and Fresh
coffee and the Caribou coffee. It keeps everybody going. Alex, you're not a coffee drinker.
No, I'm not a coffee drinker.
I'm not really
Just
either,
water.
but I've got liquid in this.
Yeah, some liquid.
Hy-Vee sells vodka too. So
I do thank you, Hy-Vee. We do thank you, Hy-Vee. And KCTC. Matt,
who?
This is one of my favorite ones.
Who is the a-hole in this story?
Am I an a-hole?
I mean, we might all be. Who knows?
Depends on who we ask.
So, tell me, in this situation, who is the a-hole? I'll kind of paraphrase here a little bit, so if I miss some details, we can go back. But this guy's wife passed away unexpectedly. They have two young children together, so he's raising his two young children after his wife died, but also the wife had children from a previous marriage that are older. Apparently they're teenager-ish is kind of what teens.
This already sounds sticky.
Yeah, it already sounds sticky. So they are his stepchildren, but they live with them, and after the wife dies, they want to finish high school, so they stayed with him, right? Well, then they turned into brats and teenagers, basically, right? And so he's having all kinds of difficulties with him. Everybody's having some trauma because the wife died, and the whole thing kind of sucks, right? So he's living with them. So anyway, they go to the paternal grandparents. So it must be the teen's dad's parents, right?
Still the step kids we're talking
The step kids' dad's parents. And the dad's still around, apparently. He's still maybe just not living in the same town, so they're not living with him. So anyway, they give him all kinds of grief. And then all of a sudden the grandparents kind of jump in and everybody's kind of pressuring the dad saying, or the guy saying, hey, look, their mom died. You got to cut them some slack. Everybody's kind of,
Sure.
turned upside down a little bit, right? So he decides that he's just done with them. So the kids are at the grandparents, and he just takes all their clothes, packs them up, takes them to the grandparents' house, and says, all right, you're out of here. You're not staying here. The grandparents live in a different town, so not even the town where the school is. So the teen kids have to apparently go stay with an aunt or an uncle that's in the town that they live in so that they can finish school. The dad is still around, but everybody's beating up on the husband.
Yeah.
Because he dumped the kids and isn't understanding of how this is. So the wife left behind a small insurance policy, which he divided up between everybody. Everybody's calling him an a-hole for abandoning the kids, but he has his own two kids, remember, that are younger. So in that scenario, there's lots of parties involved.
Is the dad an a-hole?
Well, so is the actual dad, the stepdad, the parents, the kids.
Yeah.
Who's the a-hole?
Boy, they all got a good shot at this. I guess I would lean on their natural dad to say
to step up.
Yeah, it's time to step up a little bit. Now I understand that the kids want to finish their school year, and we don't know how much time that is, but
and also their mom just died.
And mom just died.
Yep.
So their friend network is there. Everything they know is in that town. Dad should have stepped up and honed in a little bit, in my opinion. But understand also, the husband was going through a lot of grief.
Absolutely.
And this was a little more than he could take.
And the young kids?
Yeah, had to deal with his young kids.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's
I would say this. I'm always going to give children a pass, right? When kids are going through things, whether they're adolescent, whether they're younger, or whether they're teenagers, or whatever it is, in many cases, I think now as an adult, the adults don't even know how to go through trauma, right? Much less children. And so I think I would tend to agree with you. Tim, I think that as I read this story, because they really, I mean, we assume some of the stuff, but as I read through the whole thing during the break, I mean, as a father of two boys, right, there's no way in hell that if their mom passed away, that they're not with me, full time.
Right.
And I can tell, as a single dad and whatever else, I can tell you that there's nothing more important to me than my kids. Mm-hmm. And so I think in this particular case, you have the father, like the stepfather, if you will, who's trying to focus on his, two biological kids and getting into some of the weeds of it. But yeah, I would say in this particular story, I would be really looking at the biological father saying, hey, it's time for you to step in here.
Right. Yeah. So. Oh, and so now as we're going through this, all of a sudden this isn't very funny anymore, right?
Yeah.
Really serious conversation here. Yeah. So I have two stepdaughters, and we lived in a different town than her mom. It's tough being a parent, even to your own kids, to your step parents, whatever. I think
the step parents.
So I don't want to call him an asshole, but you kind of got to step up in that situation. I think you do what you can, right? Yeah.
There's
I don't
plenty of
know.
a-hole to go around here.
There's plenty of a-hole to go around.
Alex, you got anything to say?
Asshole. A-hole, sorry.
Which one?
Yeah, which one?
Dad,
The
stepdad?
stepdad.
Stepdad,
Yeah,
a-hole.
stepdad for leaving the kids.
We got anybody chiming in?
No.
This got dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a,
This is a heavy one, man. Like I was reading through it, I was like, man, this is hard. I mean,
I'll do better.
and to your point, Alex, too, as well. Yeah, there could never be a time where you could abandon children, right, at the same time, you know. So it's a combination. That's where I'm just kind of like.
I think he's also, when he married the wife, I think he's somewhat marrying the kids.
Oh yeah,
lack of a
absolutely.
better word.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, you're taking on everything. You're not just like, well, these aren't mine, and so therefore. But it's like, yeah, yeah. So I'd say maybe it's a 50-50 split between the dad and the stepdad.
But bottom line is this: family is everything.
Family's everything.
Never forget that.
Yep.
Listen, we're going to take another break.
Yeah, I think we need one. Sorry
was,
about that.
No
That was
problem.
my bad.
Listen, we're going to talk about everything on this thing. So, the good, the bad, the ugly. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
You know, it's not a question of what all you have and so on with your life. It's who is in your life and how much you care for them and how much they care for you. And Tammy definitely cares.
I met Tammy about 20 years ago when her daughter was in Special Olympics and I was coaching. Told me that she was into doing senior benefits. We became even closer friends. She cares about everybody, especially the seniors. So call her.
Step back in time and create unforgettable memories of the 2024 Midwest Little Threshers Reunion. Gather the family and immerse yourselves in the nostalgic charm of steam engines, antique cars and trucks, tractors, gas engines, and the horses. Whether it's the savory delights from the North Village to the log cabin or the unforgettable concerts, this is where memories are crafted. Plan now to bask in the history of the past from August 29th to September 2nd in Mount Pleasant. Visit oldthreshers.com for details. Don't miss this chance to make timeless memories.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Good morning and welcome back to Morning Breath. I am your host, Tim Elliott. Joined, we want to thank KCTC.
Thank you, Casey.
Casey at KCTC for giving us the power to reach out to you. Matt, how are people looking for us?
Well, so I just got a text. James Jennings, who used to be the editor of the Southeast Iowa Union, and he is in Boston. And he says he loves the show.
He loves the show, and he's listening on Spotify?
I don't know.
So we can find it on Spotify, and that is at...
Southeast Iowa Union.
Southeast Iowa Union. We've got it on YouTube.
YouTube, which is also at Southeast Iowa Union.
And we've got it on Facebook.
3 different Facebook pages. Washington Live, Mount Pleasant Live, and Fairfield Live.
Yeah. So all kinds
one
of
word.
ways.
When you try to type, when you search those on Facebook, it's all one word. Washington Live, Mount Pleasant Live, or Fairfield Live.
Really easy to find because I just downloaded Spotify yesterday and found it. So,
and Lord knows if you know,
I can do it.
It can be done.
And your mother can do it.
Yeah, my
and
mom.
Your mom's probably more technical.
She's big into Facebook. She posts something. She posts something about me or whatever, and all of a sudden there's 400 people that I have no idea who they are. It's like, hey, that's fantastic. It's like, all right, thanks, Mom.
We also need
Shout out
to.
my mom.
Yeah, hey, Mom. And we're not picking on you, Florida. We love Florida.
Yes, we are.
We just have some weird people. Thank you to Hy-Vee too for giving us the Mogo juice to keep this show going. We're running short on time, but I have to tell one quick story. A man received a 3-year jail sentence for tattooing a penis on a woman that asked for a yin yang sign. You know, I don't have any tattoos, but you know, if you want a tattoo, you are very specific. You want something very specific. And this woman walked into this store. He's from Australia, so this didn't happen here. She walked in. She wrote down what she wanted, drew him a picture. The guy said, yeah, I can do that. And he decided that, you know what, I think it's time I draw a penis on this woman. Don't know any more details about...
He showed her the artwork, said, this is what I'm going to put on you, and then he didn't.
You read the story more carefully than I did.
The story. She came in, wanted this. He said, here it is. She goes, great, that's exactly what I want. And then he put a penis on her.
The woman described exactly what she was looking for. He drafted it up and showed it to her. She must have been difficult. She moved around a lot. I don't know. Anyway.
I would say go back to our last segment. I think this guy is the asshole. Oh, the a-hole. Yeah, I think
we have a new
this
a-hole.
This is the a-hole. Yes.
Anyway, this poor guy. Well, not poor guy. This poor woman. She goes home. She's just dying to kind of see it, and you know, they bandage him up apparently. And she gets home and imagine to her surprise, I don't know where it was. You know, it doesn't say.
Apparently, she couldn't see it happening.
She could not, and you would. I don't know even what a yin yang looks like.
It's the Japanese.
The two
little
faces.
I think
yin and yang.
I think it's the circle thing.
Yeah, it's a circle in black and white.
The black and white circle thing.
Okay, well, she didn't get that. She got a.
It doesn't look anything like a penis. I can tell you that.
She looked at the bandage and said, "Oh my!" I looked under the bandage. She reported it to the police and asked the police asked the guy why he would do such a thing, and he said, because.
Just because.
I just want to. So he got a 3-year prison sentence and be placed in a center for the mentally abnormal offenders,
which is a place you probably don't want to go.
I'm going to say if I ever get a tattoo, it's going to be where I can see the dude doing it.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm not going to.
I feel like they should have added to that guy's. I feel like they should have added to that guy's sentence with having the same artwork that he placed on the woman placed across his forehead and then placed into said prison or whatever. So yeah, 100%.
There's some good punishment. Listen, it is 7:45. We got nice weather coming up, so go out and enjoy the day. We've got to end it here, but if you enjoyed this show, share it, like it, and share it with your friends and family. Let's get this thing out there. We have a lot of fun doing it. We hope you are too.
Spread the word.
Yeah, spread the word, please. Thanks very much.